Oh, hey there, nerd.
Hello, Miss Mouse.
Oh,
Oh, I see April's in. Hi, April.
hey, April. Hey, Sean. How's it going, y'all?
Hey,
Oh, it is a hot, hot mess in Georgia today. Holy,
we
it's
finally
always
got a
a hot mess.
break in the heat. So
I am jealous. Next month, I will be so happy because it will start to cool down here.
yes,
Oh,
yes,
oh,
and we'll
oh,
we'll wait for a few more people to show up. I'm sure they will be
yeah,
here.
yeah. I
All
have no
kinds,
idea what.
all kinds of neat and fun things happening.
Oh, yeah. I got some interesting things going on in the Angel Tank. It's amazing, amazing what happened in a week.
Yeah,
Crazy.
amazing what happened in 5 minutes.
Yeah, and in 5 minutes, all it took was just, plop, plop, and whoo. I think we're gonna have to change Sexy Girlfriend's name from Stella to Mrs. Robinson, though. Um, because oh, and it has been the last few minutes here have been interesting.
Oh, the,
But
the the boys are fighting, huh?
no, no, not exactly that. They kind of didn't know what to do. You know what? Let me go ahead and pop my camera on so
Okay,
everyone
you
can
pop your camera
see.
on.
Okay. As y'all can see, we've got some caves going on here, and as you can see, one of the little boys is finally on that cave.
Oh yes,
He didn't want anything to do with it until she nudged him over there. Hey, Nathan, good to see you.
Nathan.
Yeah. So earlier, about 30-ish minutes ago, I put two Pleco caves in this tank,
By
and
recommendation.
yes, Nerd was like, "Hey, you need to get those in." Let me see if I can get this other cave on here. Okay. Yeah. See that guy? He's all over that cave. This guy's all over this one. Oh, see, she's already trying to do it again. She's trying to put him in the cave instead of the around. So they were hiding under driftwood, and she went and nudged them to the cave, and then has been slowly trying to put them in the cave this whole time. See, like she's gonna go and get him, and be like, "No, you go back over there, back over there." She's like, "See, you want the cave?" Yeah. See, she's like, "No, get in the cave." It is the most fast, backwards thing I've ever seen.
Now the interesting thing is, if she goes into the cave, you might be able to get get her in that cave and get her over to Mr. Inspector,
Yeah,
cave and
I,
all.
I did try that. She got into the other cave, and she'll go in the cave, but as soon as I put my hand in that tank, she shoots right out. She's like, "No, I'm not ready yet." So I'm hoping if maybe they push her into the cave a little later, and she thinks they've done it, then maybe I can grab her.
Yeah, definitely, Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah,
Are you trying to seduce us?
that is totally what she's doing. She's like, "Look, I'm in the cave. Just come get
Look,
me."
look. I'm ready to do my part. You come do your part.
I've never seen that before. Hey, Grace, how's it going? And then the other little one is just like, "What is all this madness going on? What are y'all doing?"
It could still be that your boys are still a little young.
That's what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna let it because it's new. So I'm gonna let her have her fun tonight. Gonna let her calm down. Be like, get in the maybe she'll get in the cave, and then I can swoop her out.
Yep.
Get her over to Inspector because he can handle business.
Oh, I'm sure he can.
He's like over ready.
And even Mr. Whiskers would definitely know what to do.
Oh yeah, Mr. Whiskers would have her in that cave like two weeks ago. He'd been like, "There we go. Hey,
Fish
good to see
ma'am.
you."
Yes, we're watching pleco porn.
Yes, we are. It's been that kind of day. Like, and then somehow my Anubius decides to throw up a little flower spike there.
Yep,
I don't know how that happened at all. I thought it was like I thought a few times that it was going to happen with my Anubiuses that I've had, but then they always just turned out to be leaves. So I was thinking it was just a leaf for like days, and then I was like, they're not unfurling yet. What is going on here?
yep, yeah, and that is definitely a flower spike.
Yeah, because there was another leaf that came up on the other one over on the other side, and it looked completely different. So
Well, I
I'm
suppose I can follow suit and
ooh
show my messy little tank. Let me turn this a little bit so we don't get that glare.
oh
These
I think
guys
one
have
of the
gotten
fishies.
more active, and the
Got one guy
formative
hiding in the back.
algae is starting to come in. So we're going to get that cleaned out. But return. That was the little project of the day. I repotted my little sword in here.
Oh, I see your sword. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that's
I
awesome.
moved it from side to side, and I decided to get a nice little glass pot for it. And as you can see, a clear glass pot tends to kind of disappear.
Yeah, it does. I've got to put some more aqua soil in the Aponogean one that I've got. I've got some more that I want to pop in the 29 with some other plants just to get them going because for some reason
Yeah,
plants love this tank. So
right here, let's get some activity. I'll throw a little food at them.
oh yeah, you know what? Let me give these plecos some green beans and see if we can get them come out and eat.
You'll see the Julies come out and the little Synodonis come out.
We have a floating green bean, and that angelfish is looking like I think I'm gonna attack that. Those little catfish are adorable.
They are.
Hopefully, here soon, I will have the one fish that are supposed to get shipped, but it's too hot because it's still in the 90s here, still cooking fish weather. And then I can go pick up the other ones that are gonna hang out with the Formosas. It's just, yeah, I didn't get much done this week. I was not feeling so great.
Logistics and life gets in the way and things just don't happen.
Yeah, and you gotta wait, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Poor little angel's like, I think I want a green bean.
Oh, they'll pick at it.
Yeah, they pick at everything. They're like, is this food? Are we
Yeah.
gonna eat this? Do we like
Well,
it?
there's two things that'll show up in an angel tank. It's either food or it could be food.
That I really have found out. They like to eat just about anything. They'll try to eat it, plant
Yep.
snail. Um,
Yep.
you know, they picked at the plecos for twice before they realized they didn't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, and it looks like that big one up front is looking male.
Yeah,
Big round body. But
because
once
I started.
again, you can't really tell until they decide to start spawning,
Yeah, but I
which
am
is
starting
where
to.
which is where the caves started coming in. That hey, it's not too early to start throwing those spawning slates and strips in to see if there's interest.
Yeah, I'm gonna get those in tomorrow. I'm gonna get all the stuff washed up and put in. And hey, Deep State Annex, good to see you.
Commander, good to see you.
Yeah, just started noticing like happy little changes in the tank. Like my big angel there has gotten bigger.
Yeah, he's
They're
grown
a
very
lot like
quickly.
those angels are a lot like plecos. They'll try to eat it, and if they can't eat it,
Okay,
they'll leave it alone.
and definitely that other one on the left there. There, that's looking female. So actually, the two on the left look female.
Hey, Claire,
So
good to
we
see
know we've
you.
got pairs.
I'm
Claire.
hoping we at least got a pair in here. We got a Claire and a pair of fish.
Yep,
If you notice,
we got pairs all over.
my snail population in this tank got a little smaller, and hopefully tomorrow it'll be even smaller. I just got to finish getting the big ones out. We got all the small ones earlier, so and a lot of the eggs. I'm still de-egging and de-snailing. Been doing a lot of that this week on the tanks, just because I haven't been able to like stand much. So it's just been mostly water changes and cleanup duty. Um, and oh man. So
Back.
the end, hey, Beck, the Endler tank. My Endler tank has gotten quite green. that
Well,
was that was kind of funny.
that was due to an experiment. I made
And
a recommendation to maybe kick the Corys over to doing the mating dance to gather some rainwater and throw rainwater in on the next water change. And yeah, it tended to soft water turns the water green sometimes, and that's what happened.
yeah, so it's fine. It's not horrible. I mean, I'm just gonna have to, it'll give it a few days. It'll be back to normal. It's gonna be fine. But
Yeah.
it's not very pretty at the moment, so we're not gonna look at that one tonight.
Oh, look at my tank. They don't have to be pretty.
Hey, I like all the rocks in that tank.
Yeah.
That's a lot of little hiding
y-
spots.
Yeah. I'm just not wild about the algae that's growing, but as you can see up top, I was given some redwood floaters that I threw in there to hopefully start
Oh,
soaking up some nutrients.
catfish and goldfish can both live a real long time. Those
Yeah.
redwood floaters are so cool. They're already like got that
Yeah.
pinkish hue to them.
The little plecos can well, these guys, the bristlenose, can live a good 12 years. The commons can go for close to 20.
That is
So
a lot of years.
it is.
You're gonna
I
have to.
guess that's kind of the benefit of being built like a little tank.
That is true. Oh, thank you, Fish Family. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Lick the button.
Yes, lick the button, please.
Lick the button. Leave a comment.
Do the YouTubey things. And
Yeah.
what else? Oh, the other thing that I wanted to talk about tonight. So, Fish Nerd, since I have been back into the whole fish keeping hobby, because I did it as a kid, and now I'm doing it as an adult, um, and actually learning about the fish this time. But Fish Nerd has suggested for about a year and
Year and a
maybe more,
half. Ever since we started.
ever since we started, that I should go to the fish club meetings. And it just so happens there's one next week, but it's a swap meet. Hey, Jeff Kane, thanks for joining us.
Jeff,
Um,
good to see you.
so yeah, next week is the swap meet at my local fish club meeting. So I am going to haul my little happy butt up there, and it kind of falls in line with like perfectly with everything because next weekend is also my youngest kiddo's birthday. So
Oh,
we're
no.
gonna yeah, so we're gonna go to the fish club swap meet. It may get me in trouble, but I'm gonna go. I'm going. I'm gonna try to get some footage if they'll let me film. I'm sure they will. I'm sure it won't be a problem. I will ask though before I take any footage.
Yes,
Um,
definitely ask before. Usually
yeah,
they don't have a problem.
and so yeah, I'm gonna see if like try to get some footage of what the swap meet's actually and try to
It's
pick
a candy store.
like a candy store for
I think I've been preparing you behind the scenes a little bit.
get going over prices and what I should and shouldn't get. Don't
Right,
any big fish that I can't put anywhere, even though I really want them and everything.
right. You're
But
gonna see things that are flashy and pretty and you go, ooh, I want those. But you have to remember what you have room for.
exactly. And right now, I don't have a lot of room for a lot. so,
No. And
so
we
it,
have ideas of what we can add to the room you have.
yes. So, yeah, hopefully, you know, that'll be fun because we're also gonna, after the swap meet, there's apparently in the vicinity of where the swap meet's going to be held, there's a Bucky's. And when the kiddo searched the area and saw the Bucky's, it's now become a dual trip. So we're gonna hit, we're gonna hit the swap meet, and then we're gonna hit the Bucky's, and then we're gonna come home. Hopefully,
And not having a Bucky's around here, I am unfamiliar with the draw, but not totally oblivious to it because they keep talking that there is one coming, to my area. They've been talking
they
about it for
are.
2 years and nothing has happened yet.
I'm kind of surprised because Bucky's is like just trying to expand like everywhere. Um, my kiddo loves Bucky's. Like they've been sitting there making a list of everything they want to get, and I'm like, man, I don't know if the swap meet's gonna be the problem or if going to Bucky's is gonna be the problem. It's like,
Well,
man,
the swap meet will prove to be interesting.
Yeah, that's gonna be a I am gonna have to show some self control there because I've never been to one. I've heard about them. Everyone on the
You will
Facebook group.
see all kinds of fish, all kinds of plants. You will see equipment. You will see tanks. You will see lights and heaters and filters and shrimp and
Yeah, and see that's another thing. Like I still want to redo my shrimp tank, but I haven't got shrimp down yet. So I'm gonna wait a little longer before I do shrimp again. As much as
well,
I want to do a shrimp tank, I'm
it
gonna wait.
is the shrimp tank still perking?
It is, and it still has the two rasboras in it.
Well, if you see a great deal on, cherry shrimp are the simplest, the hardiest, the easiest. You may consider. Yes, Grace.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I have I have had a lot of failures. Not everything is not alive. There's a lot still alive. I still have the two rasboras. They're alive, and some of my guppies are still kicking it, and some of the Corys, Mr. and Mrs. Whiskers, you know,
Inspector and Peter,
Inspector and
Penny,
Peter,
whatever.
Penny, Peter, Flecko. They're still good. But yeah,
And the
I was
sea
gonna
monkeys are hiding, but they
they
are
are
very alive.
they're very alive, very much still here. Um, and
I
they
have
they
seen
eat
pictures.
eggs, and yeah, so um, I actually need to harvest that one set of eggs that I've got. Um, so I have multiple containers of sea monkeys now because they've kind of gotten out of control. And I decided to let one go outside. Yeah, where is Juju? You know what? I think she has friends in town this weekend, so she may be hanging out with them. It's good. She's around. But I put some outside and it's really hot. So I have all the eggs. Those are
Yeah,
fine. I don't have the sea monkeys in that container anymore. But the other two containers, sea monkeys, still kicking it. Still kicking it. And I'll probably have to split them again pretty soon because they are prolific breeders. Once we get that cycle going, they'll
yep.
they'll go and go and go. Uh, I still
Almost
have to
like the
get,
guppies.
yeah, yeah. Once you get the guppies like happy and in a stable tank, man, I have a whole bunch of them.
And the same with the plecos.
Same with the plecos. Like yeah, I didn't even know that. Now I've got that whole 10-gallon tank full of babies. I didn't even know they had eggs again. I was like, when did that happen? Like I didn't even notice anything, and it was just like, bam. So yeah, once they start breeding, like if you keep them happy, well fed, and clean, they're gonna keep going. I just don't know why I can't get the Corys to do it. Um,
Eventually you will.
yeah,
I from the pictures you showed me, it can't be that far off. It can't.
yeah, because the girls are really plump and they're really ready. And
And and honestly, I've seen groups that were nothing but female. They get that big and plump and they lay the eggs just to get the eggs laid and get some relief.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like if they don't mate, like if they don't spawn soon, then they're gonna have to release the
Right,
eggs somehow. So it's got to be coming one way or the other.
right.
Um,
You're gonna wake up like tomorrow morning and the whole front of the tank is gonna be full of these little dots. and how it will probably happen.
Yeah. And if I don't wake up tomorrow morning and that hasn't happened, I am going to go ahead and do another water change. I just did one 2 days ago, but I am going to go ahead and just get another cold water change in there and see if that helps because it's been real hot.
Well, thank you, Select Pet.
Yes, thank you so
Glad
much.
to have you.
Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate that.
Yes.
I'm still beginning. I'm still at the early stages of my journey, but I'm getting there.
Yep. And our Saturday night stream is, Mouse is the learning student, and I kind of am the mentoring enabler, helping her to get into aquatic trouble that she had no clue about even existed.
Oh yeah, and trouble I have gotten into. Oh, I still,
Well,
I still.
but I'm steering you away from a lot of the common problems of the baby Oscar in a 10-gallon tank with 4 guppies and wondering what happened to the guppies.
Which in my 20s, I did make that mistake. Except it
Yes,
wasn't an Oscar; it was a Jack Dempsey.
just as bad.
Just as bad. I didn't know he was a Jack Dempsey. They had him labeled wrong. I'm gonna stick by that. But I came home one day and he was the only guy in the tank left. It was like that was the only fish I had left. Sean,
We
it
all
kind of is because you keep seeing like fish that you want to breed. Yeah, it's taken me a while to learn from some of my mistakes. It really has. Um, like sometimes you just have to realize that you can't save a
killer
tank.
kitty.
Hey, ninja cat ninja.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I am trying to steer you away from those major problems that a lot of people make, and you have been an excellent student.
thank you. I appreciate it. I
We
have
haven't
tried.
we haven't put neons in with the angels yet.
No, we
We're not
haven't
going
done.
to.
Now, if my
I
guppies get out of control, we might play the Hunger Games, but we're not
Yeah,
there yet. Okay.
right.
I was on the screen. I was like, "What is that Pleco doing?" And I was like, "Oh, he is eating the green bean. That is what he's doing." Okay. What are you doing in there, buddy? And okay, this is something I have noticed about the super red plecos, bristle nose
Yeah.
plecos versus my other ones. Like the minute they get food, they go at it. Like they don't
Yes.
wait. But
No.
my Mr. Whiskers and Blondie, they like kind of like they wait till no one's looking to go eat.
Yeah, they're more nocturnal. That's kind of been bred out in developing the reds.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that because I was like, they don't care if the light's on, if the light's off. If there's food, they're gonna go eat.
Exactly. That's one of the neat things about the reds. They've never seen a wild river and wouldn't know what to
Yeah,
do in a wild river.
yeah. I don't think I realized that with the super reds that they are, they've been like crossbred to become what they are versus, and that's something else that I've noticed too. Like you do get different behaviors between like captivity bred fish and wild
Yep.
type fish.
Oh
Like
yes.
it's like night and day behavior. And it's something I noticed when I got my first group of Scipia. that I had. That you know they went it to much more cautiously than like the regular guppies would, or
Right.
a live bear that is mostly tank bred.
Yes,
The
and
Scipia
those
were
Skiffia, they were they were not that far from wild caught, not that far generation from wild caught. So yeah,
like, you did, and I love Scipia. And if I can ever find another group of them, I will get them again. I will totally
yes,
evict whatever fish I need to that I will do fish eviction if I can get another group of Scipia because that those are probably my favorite live bear and the Formosas and the Endlers. Okay, I like all of them, but the Scipia have a really close place to my heart because that was the first live bear I had.
yep.
Um, I had the
Skiffia multipunctata
yes,
when they were and they were a fairly new collection point too. Specific. I don't remember what the collection point was,
I'm
but
sure
it
we've got
was
it
a.
in emails
I'm,
or
I'm sure.
something.
I'm sure you have it saved in some notes someplace.
Yes. Yeah, because I know like you sent me the like at that point we were still like talking a lot through emails. So I'm pretty sure I still have those emails.
Yeah.
Oh man, you are gonna love those. And they have so much personality too, especially the boys. That was my favorite things when the boys started, getting all, hey ladies, let me show you my moves.
Yep. As the boys started flashing, oh my gosh.
They were so pretty. And like they just looked normal and then all of a sudden they start dancing and they get these black streaks in them and they were just gorgeous and I miss them so much. So I've got some Santa Maria Endlers coming and I'm gonna start trying to breed those along with the I've got leaf killies for the mimosas that I'm trying to build up my colony of right now and I'm doing a pretty good job. They need a bigger tank and they're getting real soon, real soon. I'm still working on it. It's been, like I said, it's been a week, but I'm getting it. I'm getting there.
You're getting
Sometimes
it. We'll
I
get
have,
there.
but yeah, I think they're gonna like the new tank a lot better than what they're in. I'm definitely gonna like having them out of that candy colored gravel because I don't like that gravel.
A clown barf.
It's like the glowfish gravel too. So when you put like a certain light on it, whew,
Yeah, tiger teddies. I love the tiger teddies.
I don't
I
see those.
don't. I don't do very many live bearers anymore. But yeah, the tiger teddies are. Yeah, that would be another fun one for you.
And hopefully, because I know I can get the live bearers to breed. Those are
And
fairly
you
easy.
and you may actually find some of those at the swap next week.
Oh, yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna constantly be calling Fish Nerd next week.
Oh yeah, you. We're gonna run the phone bill up.
Oh yeah, it's it's gonna be an adventure. Yeah, and I was the same way with the Skiffia. I would sit there for hours and just watch them swim and in the tank, and I do miss that. I did stream that tank a lot about a year ago when I had them. So um, there's too bad.
Oh, looks like the boys are arguing over the cave.
Yeah, no, they're like, oh wait, I like this one better. And she's like, I'm out of here.
You figure out who gets the cave.
Like y'all figure this out now.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah. That is
oh,
definitely
aggression right
sparring for
there.
cave.
Man, they were doing so good in the beginning.
Well, you've only got the two caves in there, right?
Yeah.
There should be a third.
Okay. I will after the stream. I'm gonna pop a third one in there.
Yeah.
That way they
My
have they both.
my my philosophy is when you have one more cave than you have males, if you can do it.
Yeah,
So if
I
you
think
have two males in a tank, you have three caves.
yeah. I may have to take that one piece of driftwood out of there, but that's okay. Or move it. I could probably just move it somewhere
Well,
else.
those square caves are kind of nice because you can actually stack them,
Oh.
and that works.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think I've got three more of them, two or three more. So yeah, I will. Yeah, after the stream, I'll go ahead and we'll get one in there. So that way they're not beating each other up over the cave.
Oh, they still will, but it won't be as much. But obviously, if they were sparring over that one, I would put a second one on top or right next to.
Um, the swap that I'm gonna be going to is in Atlanta, Georgia. And it's on the 17th. Yeah, I am excited about that though, too. So, oh well, y'all. I know it's
And
only been
then
like 30.
yeah, next week is the swap, and then next month the Atlanta Club. We saw that in September they're having their fall auction, so yeah, double damage.
Oh, oh man, yeah. And I've been wanting to go to one of the auctions too, so I'm definitely gonna hit that up too. And then I know they're having a speaker of the meeting after that. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm gonna be at those next three events because I should have been going over a year ago. But
Yes,
again,
you
you know,
should have
things
been.
happen.
Yes, you should have been.
I, I I didn't listen. I should have listened.
But
But
then there were other factors in the way.
yes. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know that the Chattanooga had okay. See, that would I should have looked and I didn't even think about Chattanooga because that's only like 2 hours from me. Hey,
Hey,
Teresa,
sure,
look at my
wifey.
Teresa. Yay. How you doing, Teresa? Well, eventually maybe I may get up to your area and check out a swap meet, depending on how far it is from me. But you know, I might have to, travel around, go check out a couple of other
Oh,
ones.
definitely.
Because like South Carolina's a 2 hour drive for me. Chattanooga's a 2 hour drive for me. There's Alabama, which is like 2 to 3 hours for me. So yeah, I could start, kind of just hitting up places. Since my kiddos are now driving, I can just make them drive me everywhere. Be like, look, you need some practice. Let's go. We're gonna hit the road. We're gonna go on a trip. I can get
Yeah.
myself in a lot of trouble that way.
Oh God, it swaps and auctions are an easy way to get into trouble.
Yeah.
But we are going through the training.
And like I said, hopefully I will be able to get some footage for next Saturday from the swap meet. But again, I'll have to ask and fill it out when I get there. I'm not gonna
Right.
completely make that promise because they could tell me no, no cameras. But we'll see what we'll see what they say. And,
Oh yeah.
fill everything out. I'll definitely have pictures at least if I can't get video.
Yeah. No, pictures are almost a given. Live streaming may not be the best thing, but I've seen it
Yeah.
happen at swaps. Um, I've seen videos taken to be streamed later, edited and streamed later. They usually it's not that tight-lipped, and it's also
Yeah.
good publicity for the club.
Yeah, that's another thing I was thinking is, that as long as I make sure I credit them for, it being their swap meet and their event, it should be fine too. Um but I was on the Facebook group for the fish club earlier and they did because we have the Atlanta Fish Club and then the South of Atlanta group. And the South of Atlanta group said that it's best to get there as close to 10 as possible because I think the event's from 10
Yes.
to 1 because they usually sell out in 2 to 3 hours.
Oh, easy.
So,
Yeah. The earlier you can get there, the better selection you have.
mhm.
However, the later you get there, the better deals you can swing.
So I'm
But
gonna try
if
to get
there
there
is
early.
if there's something you are looking for, you will want to get there early.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, because like I said, the kids want to do the extra trip after. So I'm thinking if we can get there by 10, hang out till 1, and then we can shoot over and do the other thing, grab dinner there, and then head home. Because that's going to be like a
And
total of 3
honestly,
hours.
with the swap meet, you you almost treat it like a garage sale. You get there early, get what you want. When you've looked at everything and you know spent spent your allotment and picked up what you wanted, and head out. Unless you're waiting for somebody for near the end of the day and somebody to be ready to make a smoking deal on something because they just don't want to take it back home.
Um, that was like something else I wanted to look for while I was there because I do want to get the snails going again. And you know, try to get the blueberry snails. And I know those are a live breeding, live bearing snail. So I want to try to find some of those and see if I can, you know, keep those guys happy and, see if I can get a whole group of blueberries. But I know they're still kind of new. So I
They're
don't
still
I don't
kind of
know what
new.
my odds are going to be because I still haven't seen anyone get them in my area. But yeah, I really do want to get some of the blueberries, Grace.
Yeah,
That's
I had a swap up here, and there was one gentleman who did have them, and I got them, and I ended up yeah, they didn't make it.
yeah, and they're new, and I can see how that would happen too because you know I've done my fair share of oopsies, so
Yeah,
I can yeah. So I'm excited to get my hands on the blueberries,
yeah.
and 'cause I've learned my mistakes. I know what I was doing wrong,
Mhm.
and that's something else that I did learn. Check your substrate and check your fertilizers, especially when you're doing something that's sensitive to like copper and metals and stuff like that. So I figured out why I was losing stamps. And this was a like it was like a pie in the face moment and I realized what I'd done. some of the soil that I used in my original tank had been amended with a fertilizer that had copper in it, which will kill snails.
which will kill shrimp and snails quicker than anything.
And that's why I couldn't keep them alive in that tank. And I realized it way too late.
Hang on, I
And
got to
now,
mute here.
okay. So yeah, that I realized what I had done at that point. So hopefully I don't do that again because that was a real big oopsie day oopsie. Yeah, don't do that again. So um, but yeah, I was bummed about that. I was like, man, that was real dumb. And I didn't there it wasn't exactly a snail slaughtering, but it kind of like it kind of poisoned them, if that makes sense. And I
Yeah,
did lose a
and
lot of them.
I wouldn't call it dumb. I would call it uneducated.
Yeah, like I really didn't realize because I thought, and that was another mistake I made. I thought the soil I was using was just topsoil. I didn't realize it was soil that had already been amended as well. So I didn't check the soil, and yeah,
You didn't think to,
I didn't think
and
to.
I
I
wouldn't
thought,
think to.
yeah, and I mean, I just didn't realize how sensitive they were either.
Yeah,
And yeah,
I
yeah,
remember. I remember one time that I came across a really neat rock that I wanted to throw in the tank, only to find out later that it was a copper epidote,
oh,
basically copper ore.
oh no,
Yeah, that one just did not end well. Period.
yeah. So yeah, just gotta be careful about what you put in your tanks. I've learned that lesson now. I did learn. I learned from it. So I've been real selective with my substrates since then.
Yeah, and just like me, I have to watch. I've got a lot of limestone around here, and I can fill up a tank like I did the Julie tank and all kinds of limestone. But we having the hard Midwest water, it will make the water even harder.
Oh no, yeah. Oh crap, yeah, limestone, lime, yeah. Oh
Yep,
man, yeah. That would I wouldn't have thought about that either.
yep. So
And
every rock that you see in that Julie tank was tested with a little bit of muriatic acid.
see, I wouldn't have even thought about testing the rocks either.
Yeah.
See,
Test
so
rocks with CLR, vinegar, and yeah, an acid. If you get
oh,
fizzes, you do not well,
well,
you do have softer water. You could probably get away with it, especially in the mystery snail tank.
yeah,
But I wouldn't hack and make the mountain and the caves that I did. Although it is fun.
yeah. Like that is I like the rock structure. I was like, man, I kind of want to do a tank like that too. It's like I could do that with one of the 20 gallons.
Yes, you can. Well, this one is a 20-gallon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but
So
then
yeah,
you also need the fish that enjoy the rocks and caves and things as such.
yeah, that is true. And I don't have those yet. So if
You
I
do
can
not have
find them,
those yet.
yeah, find the rocks, find the fish, and then yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I just didn't.
limestone works great in Tanganyika and African tank, and I think there is. one, maybe two of these rocks in with these Julies that is a limestone. I think the one hiding back behind all the plant and all that is one back there. But for my general tanks, yeah, I try to keep the limestone out because the water's already hard enough.
Oh, well, y'all. Nerd, we're hitting the hour mark, and I guess we are gonna start wrapping this up for the night. I will be back very soon to a regular type of streaming schedule. I don't know when. I'm getting it together. But I am going to start doing some just streaming of the angelfish tank until that flower blooms. So I'll probably starting tomorrow night put the tank up for an hour every
And
night for the rest of
I
the week.
still say you move it so that flower spike is out of the water, and it gets to be a much more beautiful flower.
Okay. I
You know,
may
even if you have to put it in a bucket and you know keep the base of it underwater, but yeah, let that flower get above in open air, and they do they do open up, and they are very interesting and beautiful.
okay. Yeah, I may try to see if I can get it like find something, some suction cups and maybe something where I could just maybe put it at the top of the aquarium. Some type of I don't know. I'm gonna try to figure something out to get that part of the plant above water, but I still do want to stream it and maybe catch it
Oh, definitely,
opening. So I'll see what I
definitely.
can do about setting that up and
Yeah,
try to get it together this whole
and
week.
if I remember right, it should start opening. Oh gosh, I want to say it middle part of next week. It'll probably start
Okay.
opening.
Okay. So hopefully by Wednesday, maybe Thursday,
Yep.
we'll have flowers to look at.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully.
Well,
Yeah, I can't
I will.
remember how long an Anubias flower lasts, but they actually last for quite a while, and they take a while to open. Bit bit.
Hey, Mitt. Yeah, and then I'll be back with next Saturday with what happened at the swap meet, and I'm sure me
The
and Christine will
disaster
have stories,
stories.
the disaster stories for next week.
You
All
went
right,
and
y'all.
you spent 2 weeks of pay, next 2 weeks of paychecks.
And Mr. Mousy is like, you're not going anywhere ever again. All right, well, I will see you guys later. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe
Every
out there.
Have a good night. Happy fishy dreams.
Bye.
Sleep well.